On. How much time do we have, Al?
40 seconds.
Thank you, sir. And Benetron 5000 at the ready. Copy that. All right. Sandpaper on standby. Someone's watching. Who are you? Can't see. Slow connection. Got a slow connection. Sounds like an 80s song. Alright. Kia ora, my friends. How do you do? I, Benny Ward, am here in the autumn garden for another cold open. This is MML 99. Getting exciting. Almost at 100. 99 not out. Wow. I never scored that high in a game of cricket. Right, today on the show we're going to continue our cold open tradition by sampling something from the Melbourne Farmers Market. As a plane rather rudely flies over. I didn't organise for a flyover, it's just a coincidence. We'll do live gardening. A little technique that I learned from my friend at Fantail Fields, Kelly at Fantail Fields. We will take a look back at the week that was, we'll take a look at the week ahead. And I'm hoping, for viewers of the YouTube widescreen version of Monday Morning Live, I'm hoping after the show, someone's coming through that door to answer my challenge and become the final competitor in the grow-off. That's our propagation competition to determine a new World Gardening Federation champion. And we will be debuting a brand new segment here on Monday Morning Live. 99 episodes strong and still creating stuff. Brand new segment, live gardening, a look back, a look ahead. All those things and many more are coming up right here, right now, on Monday Morning Live. Let's continue our tradition. I'm going to sample something that I got from the farmer's market from my friend Alice. Now you may well say, Alice? Who the F is Alice? Alice has homemade kiwi. Sorry, I did the reveal a little bit too soon there. Alice has homemade kiwi. Now she makes, she has dried fruit, she sells protein and health bars, she has soup mixes, and she also makes fruit leathers. I foreshadowed that a little bit there. Now this is a plum fruit leather with New Zealand honey. And I'm going to try one. I'll try a little bit now, here on Monday Morning Live. Alice and her husband Ron. So Ron does the sharpening of the knives and utensils. And Alice is there with homemade kiwi, and this is one of her fruit leathers. Very nice. The plum has a kind of a sharpness to it, which is ironic because Ron does the sharpening and Alice makes a pretty sharp fruit leather. Let's do live gardening, shall we? Now, one of the seeds that we're going to be propagating as part of the grow-off is corfire. This is our New Zealand native. We're doing one herb, one flower, and one native. Now what I'm going to do with these corfire seeds, if we plant them as they are, there's a good chance they won't germinate. They have a very, very tough shell on the seed. So what we're going to do is we're going to use some sandpaper and we're going to perform a technique known as scarification. Scarification is basically scarring, I guess you could call it, the outside of the surface. And what we want to do is we want to sort of break the wall. Shout out to Brett, thanks for tuning in, good morning. A little bit overcast here in Melbourne today. I'm sure it's a lovely day. I hope it is wherever you are. So we're scarifying these corfire seeds to enable water to get into the seed to help the seed to germinate. And we're going to do it using some sandpaper. Now, this is a P80 grit. Now, the way that grit works, the grit scale, I guess you could call it, the higher the grit level, the finer the sandpaper is. So this is a P80, so a P60 or a P40 would be much coarser, which means that the little particles that scratch the surface are bigger. And obviously, the higher the grit level, the finer it is, which basically affects the smoothness of the surface that you want to sand. Now, we're using our P80 grit, and we're going to just... Oops, hang on, I dropped it. Knock on there. This is referee. So we're going to just rub it on the surface of the sandpaper Oh, there we go. And we'll see a change in colour of the surface of the seed. We've got a little white piece there. We've effectively made a little hole on the surface of the seed to allow the water to get in. As we know, never underestimate the value of water. As a dog barks in the background, maybe he's thirsty. Keep it down, boys. So these seeds are going to be sown as part of the grow-off. It's going to kick off next week. And as I say, I'm hoping that the final contestant in the grow-off will reveal himself today. Drink of water. I want to give you guys an update. This is the broccoli. Broccoli. This is the broccoli that we planted last week. I grew it from a seed out on the farm. Shout out to my friends Stephen and Sally at Golden Mile. You can see the broccoli there in the middle, but the cool thing, look at these. These are the lupin, the blue lupin, that we planted. We sowed these seeds directly here last week. So they germinated a couple of days ago. So that's about 5 days for germination. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's take a look back at the week that was. Now, a very special day yesterday at the Marlborough Farmers Market. I think I've mentioned to you guys before that I'm in charge of booking the musical performances. It's a real honour, it's a real privilege, because I get to meet some incredible people. Shout out to my new friends Della and Glenn. They're from the Six Strings Music Academy. Now, it's a music academy. They teach people how to play various instruments. Yesterday there was, I think there's about 8 or 9 different performances, starting off at 9 o'clock in the morning when the farmers market kicks off and going right through to lunchtime. And as the day went on, the performers got progressively older. So started off with a wee girl that was about 5 or 6 years old, just playing acoustic guitar. Shout out to my friend Holly, who did a killer rendition of Knocking on Heaven's Door. I want to give a special, extra special Monday morning shout out, dramatic pause, to my good man Luca. He is the lead singer of the Riff Rats. And they did a gig. So each performer did about 2 or 3, sometimes 4 songs. And as the day went on, different performers came on. Now the Riff Rats absolutely blew the roof off. They did a killer rendition of 1979 by Smashing Pumpkins. They did a couple of R.E.M. songs. In fact, Al, you there? I'm going to fire up the Benetron 5000. Let's bring it down. And I'll show you guys a clip of the Riff Rats yesterday at the Marlborough Farmers Market. Hey, good song there, good song. And we're back. The Riff Rats, shout out to you, and shout out to the Six Strings Music Academy for a killer performance, an absolute crush fest at the Marlborough Farmers Market yesterday. It's a pretty big weekend. I don't know about yours, but I had a ripper. Saturday I got to do one market, Sunday I got to do another market. Obviously the Marlborough Farmers Market I help to run on Sunday mornings. Every Sunday morning from 9 until 12 at the AMP Showgrounds here in White O'Blenheim. But I also got to do the Redmond Market on Saturday. Now, here's one of the things that I love about farmers markets. I love the retail side of it. I work through the week at the farm at Golden Mile, helping to grow the produce. I help to pick, I help to pack, but it's really special to be able to bring it to people and actually be part of the retail process. So lots of fun at the markets on Saturday and Sunday. Early mornings though, boy, the alarm goes off and you get up before the sun does. It's kind of cool though. I love watching the sunrise. What else happened last week? The kids doing great at school. Had a great family late lunch yesterday after the market. Shout out to Daddy-O and Joan. Happy anniversary, guys. Shout out to my sister Melanie, who's having a birthday today. Hopefully tuning in from Sydney. What else happened last week? Great time at the farm, great time at the farmers market. In fact, forget that. Let's look at the week ahead. Another exciting week coming up on the farm. Lots of things that we're harvesting now, and really, really satisfying for me to be able to see, people wandering around the farmers market with things like watermelon and courgettes, things that I knew I grew from just a little seed. Very satisfying to be part of the entire process. I mentioned at the top of the show that we're kicking off a new segment here on Monday Morning Live. It's called Monday Morning Words of Wisdom. And the first ever Monday Morning Words of Wisdom come to us courtesy of Sir Billy Connolly. Here goes. Never trust a man who, when left alone in a room with a tea cosy, doesn't try the tea cosy on. Monday Morning Words of Wisdom, brought to you by Billy Connolly. What else was I going to do today? I'll tell you what, while we're here, I might give our broccoli a little bit of a spritz. Using Spritzer 2, which has just broken. Didn't expect that. Spritzer 1 lasted for almost a year. Spritzer 2 I've had for probably 2 months. So drastically lowering the life expectancy of a Spritzer here on Monday Morning Live. Did not expect that. Never underestimate the value of water, even when you break a Spritzer live on Monday morning. What else? Feels like there's something I'm forgetting. Oh, yes. The grow off. We've had Adam Mensch, we've had Seth Mensch, we've had Reg McGundry, and the fourth member is about to reveal themselves. The grow off will kick off next week. Very exciting to look forward to in the week ahead. MML 100. I suppose that's about all the time we've got for today. I want to thank you all for joining me here on Monday morning. You can see me here live from the garden every Monday. You can see me whenever you want on my YouTube channel, which is Benny. You can find it by searching Benny Ward. While you're there, why not subscribe if you're on board? And I will see you. Hey, I'm getting a phone call. I'm getting a phone call. I'm not going to answer it. I don't know how that's going to be affecting transmission here, but there's a phone call coming through. I think it's my doctor wanting to book an appointment to check a mole on my arm. So I better call him back. Anyway, kind of ruined the outro there, but I'm Benny Ward. We'll see you next time in the garden.
And we're clear.
I'm home.